I was eating a piece of chicken in the locker room. Someone comes in and goes, dude, you're eating over my bag. And I was like, and his bag was right there. I was like, oh, no, no, no. He goes, dude, you just got stuff all over my bag. I go, oh. I still don't think I got stuff on his bag. But I'm sorry, I apologize. Another person walked in, oh, you got stuff on his bag. How could you do that? Unbelievable. And I thought they were joking.
I remember being down in Deep South and hearing like horror tales of, oh, well, here's what Miz did.
It was almost like I was taking the chicken and just throwing it in the locker room and just letting it, smearing it all over the place and all over stuff. Like, that's what I felt like. I was like, and I'm appalled. I'm like, I am so sorry. I did not mean to do it. I'm just trying to do the right thing here. And he goes, you are not allowed to dress in our locker room. I think you should just stay out of the locker room. You are not allowed to dress in our locker room. I think you should just stay out of the locker room.
It was a different era back then, right? So he's loud. People, maybe they think he's entitled. He came from the real world. And it wasn't until I got called up to the main roster where we actually met, and he was changing in like the janitor's closets.
Now he had to go dress in broom closets and, you know, kind of find little hallways where nobody was.
When I had to use the restroom, I had to go out into where the audience would use the restroom and where fans would literally, I'd hear kids go, Dad, I think I just saw Miz go into that stall. Oh, okay, son, wait for him. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I'm using the restroom right now and this kid is waiting for me outside it. And I have to perform, by the way, in 10 minutes. And so I'd get out and you'd hear the rumblings like, hey, the Miz is in the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so humiliating. But I went through it. Oh my God, this is so humiliating. But I went through it.
A lesser person would have quit, but I never saw him throw a fit. I never got the phone call like I did, you know, from some other talents who are much, much higher on the card with paranoia and questions and self-doubt. He didn't seem to have that.
And Miz impressive as he builds confidence each week.
I don't think I could have handled it the way he did. He's just so good at, you know, taking a deep breath in and just, okay.
It took about 7 months of me being kicked out of the locker room. And I had a match against Undertaker. And when I was in that ring with him, I think I impressed him.
Miz is up high! Undertaker! No! Last ride!
And I had a match against Undertaker. And when I was in that ring with him, I think I impressed him.
Miz is up high! Undertaker! No! Last ride! A last ride through the announce table!
Undertaker wasn't the guy that kicked me out of the locker room, but he's the guy you go to ask to be let back in. It's like he's the Godfather. And I went up to Taker, and I was like, look, I've been out of the locker room for 7 months. That's a long time. Oh, yeah, but I'd really love it if I could change in the locker room. And I just want to be a sponge, and I want to learn from everyone. He said, you can come to the locker room again. And I never felt so better. I was like, wow, whew. He gave me kind of the seal of approval to others.
In this video, we're going to talk about The Miz, who was bullied by Chris Benoit in WWE. And then later on, it was saved by the legend. So let's get started and see what exactly the story was.
I was eating a piece of chicken in the locker room. Someone comes in and goes, dude, you're eating over my bag. And I was like, and his bag was right there. I was like, oh, no, no, no. He goes, dude, you just got stuff all over my bag. I go, oh. I still don't think I got stuff on his bag.
So basically, Miz was banished from the locker room by the leader at that point of time, Chris Benoit, and the reason for that was with a piece of chicken that he spilled on the back of WWE wrestler.
Apologize. Another person walked in. Oh, you got stuff.
In an old interview, John Morrison said, "I want to say the Benoit tragedy occurred, and 6 or 8 months after that, Miz had still been changing in the hall. He didn't really know what to do because of the rule is whoever kicks you out of the locker room has to be the one to invite you back in. He didn't know what to do," Morrison suggested. And then Miz had a match with The Undertaker after 6 or 8 months, where he impressed The Undertaker.
Being kicked out of the locker room. Undertaker, but he's the guy you go to.
And then Undertaker later on approached The Miz and said,